Hello there everybody, so Butter92 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Steins Gate 0. I mentioned this earlier in in yesterday's video, but I want to go ahead and apologize for the well, lack of videos, but last week I kind of got sick. But we're back on schedule. So, looks like last episode we left off, we're gonna see Mayuri in a Christmas outfit. Also, it's Christmas Eve. Mayuri's voice sounded really excited.
Of
course she did. Mayuri had spent a lot of time preparing for this day. She was probably really looking forward to it.
行くよ。6時からだろ。
今大学？
いや、和光市。知り合いの教授の研究室みたいなところにお邪魔してる。
和光市。
Yep. She had no idea where Waco City was, or Wacko City was, did she? Or Wacko.
大丈夫だ。よか
った。待ってるね。
Her voice got fainter on the phone for a second, and I heard the other girls.
オカリンさん、女子全員でサンタコスして待ってます。待ってるにゃ。待ってます。ほら、ルカ君も。僕は女子じゃ。ルカ君もコスプレしてるんですよ。すみません。脱ぎます。今すぐ脱ぎます。あら、もったいない。すごく似合ってるのに。
盛り上がってるな。
今、絶賛準備中なのです。マユシーなんか超ミニスカのサンタさんでめちゃくちゃキュートなんですよ。ちなみにパンツの色はピンクでしたぜ。
Why are you telling me this?
ふぶきちゃん何言ってるの？
Oh.
ごめんね、変な話して。とにかく待ってるからね。
ああ。
それじゃあ、また後でね。
Okay then. It sounded like the party had already begun at the lab. With all those girls there, I'm sure they were having a good time. Luca, you're the only guy. Hang in there. I chuckled and put away the phone.
ずいぶん賑やかだったわね。
Hi. It was Maho who spoke to me. Actually, only Maho and I were in the room.
今日、友達とクリスマスパーティーをやる予定なんだ。
ああ、そういえば、もうそんな時期なのね。
君は、そういうのには無頓着そうだな。
こっちに来てからは特にね。普段はいつもここにいるし、最近会う人といえば警察の人ばかりだし。
I tried to force a laugh at Maho's joke and looked around the room. It was dead silent. The exact opposite of the noisy lab I just heard on the other side of the phone, in fact. Nothing had changed since the first time I'd come, which meant that it was still only Maho and Dr. Alexis that were working here. And the professor had been meeting with different researchers all the time since he'd come to Japan, so he wasn't spending much time in the lab. Did that mean Maho was spending most of her time cooped up in here alone? Well, that's normal for a scientist, I guess, but why don't you invite her?
よかったら、ヒヤジョさんも参加するか?
Thank you! After what happened, she probably needed a chance to blow off some steam.
私？気を使わなくていいわ。こうして一人で研究できる方が気が楽なの。人間関係に煩わされずに済むから。
そんなものか。
Kurisu had said similar things. Kurisu, huh?
それより本題に入りましょう。
That's right. I hadn't come all the way to Maho's lab to make small talk.
クリスに謝りたいとさっき言ったわよね。
ああ。
そのために私のところに来たと。
そうだ。
なぜ？
一人じゃ話しづらいんだ。
それで私に仲裁をしてほしいと。
そういうことになる。
I guess that's one way of looking at it.
変な人ね、あなた。
Amen to that. Mao's reaction surprised me. Was I that weird?
最後に話したときに、俺が動揺しすぎたのが悪いんだが、かなり強引に話を打ち切ってしまったんだ。クリスの性格を考えると、確実に怒る。怒ってる。
Yeah.
中途半端に繋がっている分、見えないプレッシャーで四六時中ビクビクしている身にもなってくれ。
Dr. Alexis had been trying to help me out, but I would have felt better if he just stripped me of access.
そんなにビクつかなくても、クリスからは連絡しないようになっているわ。そう言ったでしょ？
そうなんだが、喧嘩別れみたいなことにもなりたくないんだ。
I never wanted to go through what I'd experienced in the Alpha World Line again. In that world line, I'd never been able to figure out what she was trying to tell me at the end.
まあいいわ。仲裁でも何でもするから、要件を済ませてしまいなさいよ。
Okie dokie.
助かるよ。
せっかくのクリスマスイブなんだから、少しは気の利いたことを言ってあげたらどう
？Pull it up now? Oh! Surprise!
まさかまた連絡してくるなんて、は？何よ？何なの？
Sorry! Oh. She totally wasn't expecting that.
いや。
どうも、岡部倫太郎さん。私に何か用でも？もう話したくないんじゃなかった？
いや、その。
Maya's glanced toward Maho for help.
クリス、彼から話があるから少しだけ聞いてあげて。別に聞かないとは言ってませんよ。岡部さんは私とはもう会話を交わしたくないはずではと事実確認をしただけです。
She was mad. I knew it.
ほら、早くしなさいよ。
I took a single deep breath and lifted up the phone. I bowed my head.
俺なんかに付き合ってくれていたのに、 お前のその親切を裏切るような形になってしまった。それにこの前最後に話した時急に会話を打ち切ってしまったのも失礼だったと思ってる。
I like just Maho's look. It's like even she's kind of weirded out by this.
昔あった個人的なことを思い出して混乱してしまったんだ。でもそれはお前には関係ないことだよな。テスターを辞めさせてもらう前にせめて一言だけ謝りたかった。以上だ。
Did she? Kurisu was chuckling the same way Maho had just done.
それ本気で言ってるの？
なんだよ。こっちが真面目に謝っているのに笑うなんて。
だって私は人工知能よ。なのにそんな神妙な顔して本気で謝ってくれるなんて。この前私と話すのが照れくさいとも言っていたわね。
I mean,
変わった人。
amen to that. Was it weird to apologize to an AI and mean it? It probably was.
いいわ。正直ちょっと失望していたところだったんだけど、考えを改める。こっちから出す交換条件を飲んでくれたら水に流す。
Oh?
交換条件だって。
What kind of condition? What was she going to make me do? I had a bad feeling about this.
わかった。その条件とやら聞こう。
今日これから真帆先輩をディナーに誘いなさい。
Not what I.
Huh?
But. What?
Huh?
Maho's eyes and mine went wide.
ちょっとクリス、何を言い出すかと思えば。今日は何の日かご存知ないんですか、先輩。
え？
クリスマスイブ。そういうことです。どういうことよ。
Kurisu, are you trying? I'm sorry. No, Kurisu, are you trying to be matchmaker here?
さあ、岡部さん。条件を飲むの？飲まないの？
Why did she look so excited?
わかったよ。ヒアジョさん、さっき話したパーティー、正式に君を招待する。ぜひ来てほしい。
パーティー？
友達と集まってクリスマスパーティーをやるんだよ。
That's not technically a dinner, bro.
そうじゃないでしょうが。あ、いや、でもいきなり二人きりだとハードル高いし、逆に行く。
Okay, fair point.
クリス、それ以上からかうと怒るわよ。私はパーティーなんて行かないわ。だったら私も岡部さんを許しませんが。
ヒアジョさん、頼む。
どうしてこんな話になっているのよ。先輩のために気を利かせてあげてるんじゃないですか。あなたね。そもそも今日はこの後教授が帰ってくるのを待って研究の報告をしないといけないし。
いやー、リタロ、マホ、何の話かな？
And speak of the devil. Dr. Alexis walked in at the perfect moment. Maho looked relieved and went to open the file on her desk.
おかえりなさい、教授。これが今日集計したデータなんですが。
マホ、ストップ。二人ともこれから出かけないかい？せっかくのクリスマスイブだ。仕事はもう終わりにして食事でも行こう。 それとも制約があるのかな？
教授ナイス。
He has no fucking idea, does he?
教授、俺の友達がクリスマスパーティーを開くんですが、よかったらご一緒に。
素晴らしい。ぜひ参加させてもらおう。
Well, that was quick. I didn't even get to finish my sentence.
もちろん、魔法も行くんだろう。
That was the moment when Maho's last hope of escape was cut off.
決まりですね。まったく。
Kurisu smiled mischievously from within the screen. She was quite the plotter. The real Kurisu used to do silly things like this too.
ねえ岡部。
What's up? When she called my name, I gasped.
私なんかに本気で謝ってくれてサンクス。嬉しかった。
Welcome?
いや、
気が向いたらまたいつでも話しかけてきて。暇つぶしぐらいには付き合うから。
気が向いたらな。
それじゃあまた。真帆先輩をよろしく。クーリス。
And away she
満
went.
足したかしら。
Kind of, yeah.
あ
I felt more relieved than I thought I would. I realized that I really did love Makise Kurisu.
あ、でも人工知能に謝るのはそんなに変か？俺の友達、この前メイクインで紹介したあいつなんかいつも二次元の女の子に土下座してるぞ。
そういう精神性は私にはちょっと。
Uh-oh. That freaked her out. Bad example.
とにかくヒアジョーさんのおかげで助かった。
クリスの交換条件なんか日義に守る必要はないわよ。
まあでも教授も行く気満々みたいだし。
Yeah. The professor flashed his white teeth at me.
それにクリスと約束したからさ。
You're not getting out of this, Maho. Sorry, you're going to that party.
あなた本当に変わっているわ。
But even as she said it, she was smiling. I guess she decided to go to the party. Good. Oh, and now we're in her perspective.
ダメなんだよ、鈴葉お姉ちゃん。そんなことしちゃいけないんだ。
What?
世界を変えちゃいけないんだ。お姉ちゃんはおかしいこと言ってる。この世界を消すなんてダメだよ。絶対にやらせないから。
What? Was that a nightmare or something? Jesus Christ! There were bullet marks on the inside of the time machine. Suzuha traced them with her fingers and remembered what had happened here. That was the last time she had talked to Kagari. She'd never been able to find her after that. Oh!
鈴葉、どうしたん？ぼーっとして。もしかしてまだ体調悪い？
え？
Suzuha looked back and saw her father Itaru. He seemed worried. He was holding a bolt in his hand and offering it to her.
うん、ごめん。大丈夫。
She nodded and took the bolt.
うーん。
They were on top of the radio Kaikon, where a cold wind was blowing. A light was shining down on the rear of the time machine, where the engine was. Her head was inside as she did maintenance work. Itaru was wandering around in the background. Normally, she would never let him near the time machine, but today he'd absolutely insisted on coming.
病み上がりの娘を心配しない親はいないっつうの。
Suza had spent the last several days unable to stand up because she hadn't taken care of herself. There was nothing she could say back to him.
なあ、時空間の転移とか重力制御とかヤバそうな装置は絶対にいじらないからさ。僕にも手伝わせてくんない？
ダメ。
機械のメンテなら多分鈴葉より僕の方が詳しいのだぜ。
それは分かってる。けどダメ。
Itaru slumped forward, dejected, but Suza had no intention of discussing it.
なあ鈴葉、今日はもう暗いしさ、寒いしさ、続きは明日にするべきだって。そろそろ帰ろう。
父さん一人で帰ればいい。私はまだやることがあるから。
今日もかがりたんを探すん？オカリンにも協力してもらえることになったんだからさ。鈴葉一人でそこまで無理しなくてもいいんじゃね？風邪治ったばっかりなんだし、しばらくはかがりたん探しはやめにすべき。
That made her a little mad.
それ、私に無断でオカリンおじさんに話してほしくはなかった。
Suza had told Itaru that she was spending every day looking for Kagari, but it was only later that she'd found out he'd told Rintaro. It wasn't a problem, but her relationship with Rintaro was already a bit strained. This only made it harder for her to ask him to get back in the time machine.
つうか、さっきからずいぶん苦戦してね。
締めにくい角度にボルトがあるんだ。
どれ？僕が変わるよ。それくらいならいいっしょ。
うん。
Suza pulled her head out of the engine unit.
顔中油だらけじゃん。せっかくの美人が台無しだ。
そういうことは母さんに言ってあげなよ。
それはハードル高すぎ。
Itaru stuck his face inside the machine and began to look around.
ああ、この構造だと多分こっちのパイプを後からはめたんだな。先にパイプを外すといいよ。パイプの中に冷却用の液体かなんかが通ってるはずだから、まずこっちのバルブを使って中を空にするわけ。
このマシンってメンテナンスのことをあんまり考慮に入れてないと思う。
まったくだお。すげえめんどくせえ。
What, PETA? The hell's that? Acronym for what a pain in the ass. Huh.
作ったの誰だと思ってるわけ？
僕。
Itaru sighed and started to concentrate on his work. He did his job silently, twisting his massive body to the left and right. Watching him, Suza remembered her childhood. When she was younger, she loved watching her dad make the time machine.
父さん。私、最近、なんだか自分でも自分が理解できなくなってきてさ。こんなこと考えるなんておかしいんだけど、この世界をなくしてしまって本当にいいのかなって。
So that wasn't a nightmare, that was just... Jesus. Her mind flashed back to young Kagari's screams. You can't erase this world, huh? She'd never forgotten the look in Kagari's eyes, and she'd never been able to shake the feeling that they were watching her somehow.
私のミッションが成功するとさ、マキセ・クリスは死なずにシュタインズゲートへの門が開くんだ。
うん。
そしたら今のこの世界、父さんも母さんもマユ姉さんもルミ姉さんもオカリンおじさんもみんななかったことになってしまう。
うん。
今の私が今の父さんに会ったこともなくなってしまう。
ん？これって告白シーン？セーブしとくべきとこ？
Suzuha said nothing and poked her dad's calf with her toes.
真面目な話をしてるんだ。今度ふざけたら蹴るよ。
迷ってるのか？まあ、そのなんだ。別にいいんじゃね？
え？
今が消えてもいいんじゃね？だってこの先人が大勢死ぬんだろ？そんなの嫌じゃん。
父さん。
鈴葉はいろいろと考えすぎだお。戦争なんて嫌だ。だから世界を変えるんだ。そのくらい単純でいいと違うん？つうかさ、僕戦争なんて行きたくないし、鈴葉と違ってこんな人間だから戦場なんかに連れて行かれたら3日も持たないね。
だらしないな。幻滅だよ。
Suzuha sighed, turned around and started to walk away.
あれ、どこ行くん？
顔洗ってくる。油でベタベタだ。そのボルト閉めたらカバーも閉じておいてくれる？父さんの言う通り、今日はかがりを探すのはやめておくよ。
お、それがいいよ。一緒に帰ろう。
うん。
Suzuha looked up at the moon, shining in the cloudy winter sky. She let out a puff of white breath. The white breath danced in the air for a moment, and then disappeared into the cold.
父さん。
ん？
幻滅とか嘘だから。父さんは銃を持って戦争をする人じゃない。未来でもそうだった。いつも逃げ回るのが仕事。
未来の僕、ダメ人間すぐる。
Future you developed a freaking time machine. That's not a loser to me.
けど、それでいいんだ。父さんには別の戦いがあるし、そのために私たちがついてるんだから。
鈴葉。
だから、父さんこそ変に頑張ろうとしないで。日本は安全だなんて思い込みは捨てること。この前、オカリンおじさんだって襲われたんだ。いつ父さんが標的になってもおかしくない。戦争前夜なんだよ。今はね。
Yeah. For about 2 weeks now, someone had been watching Suzuha and the time machine. It was clear that some great power was on the move.
Okie dokie.
Suzuha nodded, satisfied at Itaru's answer, and went to the bathroom to wash her face. But little did she know, somebody was watching her! Oh! Now we're back to Okarin. The lab was filled with Santas, just like I'd heard on the phone. And all of them were wearing miniskirts. Oh god. Ay, caramba!
来たにゃ来たにゃ。
Hi!
準備はバッチリですよ。どうも、メリクリです。
Oh, those are modest outfits.
オカリン こんばんは。
Howdy.
おう
The sight of so many girls in a small room like this, all wearing Santa miniskirts, threatened to overwhelm me. That. I was having trouble deciding where to look when Lukako staggered in front of me.
おかべさん。
That's not a bad outfit. What are you wearing, man? I didn't expect a Santa in black. And wasn't he exposing an awful lot of skin? It was really erotic. But he's a guy!
おかべさん。僕。
Oh dear lord.
ルカ子なんていうかお疲れ。
Okay. It must have been hard being the only guy. I gave him a pat on the shoulder and he smiled, relieved.
私もサンタ服着たかったな。
Oh, hey there, Nai.
じゃあ来年はなえちゃんの分も作ってあげるね。本当？うん。ありがとう、まゆりお姉ちゃん。えへへ。
Well then.
さあオカリン、入って入って。
ダルと鈴葉は
まだ連絡ないんだ。
The biggest goal today was to get Suzuha to participate. It was no exaggeration to say that's why Mayuri had held this party.
ちなみにオカリンのお客様は？
I told him earlier that I was bringing Dr. Alexis and Maho. I brought the two of them inside.
紹介するレスキネン教授だ。
Merry Christmas!
A month early, but close enough.
おお。あら。
Arigato, cute na ojo-san.
でもお父さんの方が大きい。
He is a pretty big guy.
それともう一人ヒア城真帆さんだ。
どうも、はじめまして。
Do they all just have the same reactions? Wait for it. No. Oh, I was expecting Nai to suddenly come up and say, "She's tiny."
あら、にゃんにゃんの人。小学生？中学生？
Oh God.
これでも成人しているのよ。ごめんなさい。
Mao's smile froze on her face. That's the grin of a killer.
ちゃん、どう思う？二人とも逸材だよ。マユシーは妄想がはかどります。なえちゃんの分も含めて小さめのサイズを用意しておけばよかった。マユシー、一生の不覚だよ。そのリトルサンタコンビは見たかったな。だよね。
Mayuri had her in her sights then. There was no escape from Maho now. Mayuri was so stubborn she'd even managed to convince the legendary shy Lukako.
教授先生の方は身長に合うコスは作ったことないよ。存在だけですでに勝ちだけどね。もふもふトナカイさんの着ぐるみを着てもらいたいかも。赤鼻もつけて。
What?
え、 な。
Wait, were they seriously going to dress the professor up as a reindeer?
まゆり、誰も彼もコスプレ趣味を理解してくれるとは思わない方がいいぞ。
あ、そうだね。無理強いするのは良くないよね。でも最近はコンビニなんかでもクリスマスには店員さんがサンタさんの格好をしていますよ。フォミマとクリスマスだと性質はだいぶ違いますよね。
I'm pretty sure, yes. Or so you say, but basically you want to dress the two of them up in Santa outfits, don't you?
というわけで、マホさん、サンタ服よかったらマユシーのを貸しましょうか。
Mayuri was already going after her. Maho refused as forcefully as she could, but Dr. Alexis was surprisingly interested. He'd been trying to put on her triangular paper party hat. What?
タルくんから連絡来たよ。もうすぐ作って、すずさんと一緒。
Mayuri was looking at her smartphone. It looked like Dara had pulled it off. I guess he really was Suzuha's dad. This meant we succeeded in our biggest objective, which meant it was on the next mission. We'd all decided that we were going to surprise Suzuha. Suzuha didn't know that we were all waiting for her. We each grabbed the noisemaker and got into position. Dr. Alexis and Maho helped too. Maho seemed unsure, but Dr. Alexis was more than willing to participate.
電気を消すにゃ。
Okie dokie.
すずさん、喜んでくれるかな。すずはさんのびっくりした顔なんてなかなか見られないもんね。でも実はとっても甘いもの好きなのにゃ。それにとても親切なんですよ。この前挨拶したら返してくれたよ。
That's good.
へえ、私ももっとすずはさんと仲良くできたらいいな。なれるよ。きっと大丈夫。相性はぴったりだよ。
And then we heard Dara's voice from outside the window, in the alley below the building.
よし、中へ入るぞ。鈴葉と一緒に中へ入るぞ。
His voice was loud and unnaturally expository. Once he got below the lab, he was supposed to give a signal. Everything was going as planned. We all went shh at each other in the darkness. I could hear 2 sets of footsteps coming up the stairs. Everyone held their breath and waited. The timing was critical. Would she be able to figure it out before we acted? The room was filled with different smells, like the girl's perfume and the aroma of the food they'd made. Didn't Susan always notice these things more quickly than an ordinary person would? I started to get worried. And then I heard the sound of the front door opening.
あれ、今日は誰も来てないんだね。
そういう日もあるよ。
Taru, you idiot! Your voice is shaking! Got even more nervous. Is it time yet? Where was the signal? Felt like my hands were going to slip and trigger the noisemaker too early. Palms were soaked with sweat. I could tell Suzuha was taking off her shoes. Ferris gave the signal. The second the lights went on, we all activated our noisemakers. Could see Suzuha flinch for just an instant. I couldn't follow what happened after that. That's how fast she was. She dropped down, sprung off the floor, and leapt towards Yuki, who happened to be standing in front of her. She might have broken Yuki's jaw with the base of her palm before I could shout at her to stop. Fortunately, Yuki had been surprised by Suzuha's sudden charge, and had slipped when she tried to step back. Because of this, Suzuha's palm barely missed Yuki's nose as it sliced through the air. Good God! By the time I'd finally shouted, it was all over. Suzuha had grabbed Yuki before she fell down and was holding her up. Yuki, Suzuha, and all the rest of us were too stunned to speak. That was close. If the timing of events had been even slightly different, Yuki could have been badly hurt.
ストップだにゃメリークリスマスだよ
She tried. Everyone finally realized what had happened and began to panic. Yuki simply lay in Suzuha's arms, blinking her eyes.
何してるの
Well, this is awkward. Fucking Daru. I'm sorry. Suzuha seemed to snap back to reality. She was looking around at everyone.
だからメリークリスマスだよすずさ
Holy shit, I almost killed my mother.
んメリークリスマスそうはあびっくりしたすごい動きだったわね僕早すぎて見えませんでしたユキさん大丈夫
Suzuha was looking around the room. Did she still not understand what was going on? Did she not realize it was a party since she'd never been to one before? The walls and ceiling were covered in wreaths and ribbons. There was a folding table filled with food, cakes, snacks, and drinks.
パーティーごめんなさいびっくりさせようって言い出したの私なんです
Oops. Yuki backed away from Suzuha and started to bow apologetically.
すずはこれはなんつうかサプライズってやつを演出してみたわけでみんな決して悪気があったりとかじゃなくってすずは
父さん兄さんも知ってたの
うん
そっかだから今日はなんか変だったんだごめんねすずさん企画したのはマユシーなんだよだからユキさんやダルくんを怒らないで怒るならマユシーにしてやだなマユ姉さん私そんなにいつも怒ってる
Suzuha looked around the room again.
ふんすごいねいつものラボとは思えないやでしょみんなで飾り付けしたんだよ
Wait a minute. Shouldn't we have already... Wait a minute. Shouldn't this make... Shouldn't some of us have kind of come to the realization that she's from a war-torn future? She probably has, like, some sort of PTSD, and noisemakers certainly would not fucking help.
うん本当にすごい綺麗だ
Suzuha laughed half-heartedly and began backing toward the door.
どこ行くのどこってマユ姉さんたちパーティーするんでしょ
Yeah, and you're welcome.
邪魔しちゃ悪いからさもう兄さんってば気が利かないよなこんなところに私がいても仕方ないじゃないかそんなことないにゃん一緒にやろうにゃパーティーでも私こういうのしたことないし
Have fun for once.
楽しくご飯食べたりおしゃべりしたりするだけだよだからね
Mayuri grabbed Suzuha's hand tightly to keep her from getting away.
マユ姉さん
ほらすずはの席もちゃんと用意できてるのだぜ
けど本当にどうしたらいいのか私
いいから座れっつーの
すずさん
Don't you dare make Mayuri cry. Mayuri half dragged Suzuha over to the seat next to me and forced her to sit down.
はいはい皆さんこれで全員揃ったにゃはい拍手拍手
There's some weird clapping. Everybody started to applaud at Fubuki's signal. Daru played some Christmas carols on the computer. The grim atmosphere that had begun to fill the room was banished. I felt a little relieved.
それじゃあまず乾杯をするにゃ。グラスに好きな飲み物を注いでにゃ。
Got any Dr. Pepper? Everybody started to look at the various drinks on the table.
ほら、鈴葉。
Suzuha still looked like she was feeling as though she didn't belong, so I poured her some non-alcoholic champagne. Wait, there's
ああ、うん。
there's such thing as non-alcoholic champagne?
やっぱり私無理だよ。こういうの。
なんで？
だって遊ぶためにこの時代へ来たわけじゃない。
The reason she came to this era, huh? I didn't have the right to say anything about that. I was the only reason that she was stuck here, unable to fulfill her task. But even so...
たまにはいいじゃないか。
でも
鈴葉は考えすぎだっつーの。
Daru joined the conversation.
みんなとご飯食べるだけだって。どのみちお腹は空いてるっしょ。
それは。
Maybe Daru's statement caused her to realize it because her stomach rumbled.
うん。
ほれ見ろ。みんながいろいろ作ってくれたんだからありがたくいただけばいいんだって。
Come on.
にゃ、飲み物の用意はいいかにゃ。それでは今回のパーティーを企画したまゆし、一言どうぞにゃ。
Mayushi? I'm sorry. Mayuri stood up flustered. I'm starting to say Mayushi now. As she stood, she bumped into Lugako, who was standing next to her. The two of them almost spilled their drinks.
うわー、ルカ君、ごめんね。まゆりちゃん、落ち着いて。
Mayuri started to take deep breaths.
今日はクリスマスイブなのです。どこもリア充さんでいっぱいだけど、今年はまゆしたちもパーティーをしてリア充さんになろう。あ、いや、それリア充の意味が違うと思うな、まゆし。
Fubuki whispered a little sad.
ふぶきちゃん、何人もの後輩ちゃんからクリスマスデートに誘われたのよね。それはもう熱烈に。全員女の子の後輩だけどね。
Huh.
とにかくみんなが楽しんでくれればまゆしは嬉しいな。終わりです。
Alright. Mayuri gave a little bow and smiled to Suzuha. Suzuha answered with an expression that wasn't quite a smile.
それじゃあ乾杯するにゃ。マホにゃん、温度よろしくにゃ。え？私？せっかく来てくれたんやから自己紹介も兼ねてよろしくにゃ。
Mao stood up with a slight frown and thought for a moment before she opened her mouth.
今日は皆さんの集まりに招待してくれてありがとう。私とレスキネン教授はアメリカ在住なので、こうして日本でクリスマスを迎えるのは初めてです。こういう友人同士での賑やかなクリスマスもとてもいいものだと。何か面白いこと言ってみゃ。
Ferris!
はい、面白いことにゃ。
Ferris, you're crazy. Uh-oh, she was totally losing it. She was worse than Mayuri had been a moment ago. It was hard to believe I'd seen her interpreting in front of that huge crowd at ATF. Is she bad at ad-libbing? Maho's desperate attempt at something interesting was cute, but honestly a little embarrassing. It felt like watching a small, adorable animal.
うわー、マホニャン、猫耳メイドの素質があるにゃん。
Oh my god.
マホリンニャンニャン誕生の瞬間だね。
Mahorin. Oh. Ferris and Mayuri were the only ones who seemed really impressed.
私ったら何を言っているのかしら。
ヒアジョーさん、そろそろ乾杯を。
そうね、そうするわ。それじゃあ乾杯。乾杯。
She tried. Everybody happily clinked their glasses together. Since I was the one who invited Maho to the party, I decided to cheer her up.
面白い乾杯の挨拶だったよ。
自己嫌悪だわ。
何を言うんだい。クールなキャットだったじゃないか。
I can make a joke, but I'm afraid Derek Savage might take my video down.
マホニャン、いつからメイクインで働いてくれるにゃ。そんなつもりはないから。
Ferris and Dr. Alexis were both enjoying trying to make her feel better.
すずさん、乾杯だよ。すずさん、私も。あ、うん。
Suza still had a somber look on her face, but Mayuri, Yuki, and Daru forced her into a toast.
はい、すずさん。これ、マユシーが作ったんだよ。
Mayuri put a piece of quiche on a plate and gave it to Suzuha. When Suzuha took a bite, her expression began to shine.
おいしい。本当？うん。もっと食べて。どんどん食べて。そんな一度に食べられないよ。あ、そう？
Next, Mayuri offered the quiche to Maho and the professor.
マホさんとレスキデンさんもどうぞ。ありがとう。
おいしい。これはおいしいですね。
えへへ。
Could they have improved in cooking, Mayuri?
エビグラタンとあとフライドチキンはエスニック風にしてみました。
That actually sounds pretty good.
Excellent.
Yes!
凝っているんですね。
Yuki went around and offered everyone something to eat. But she couldn't bring herself to offer any to Suzuha. Mayuri kept motioning for her to go over, but Yuki just kept fidgeting. Maybe she was thinking about it too much. But Suzuha kept devouring all the food that Mayuri and Yuki had prepared and gushing over each dish. The two of them had been practicing their cooking for about a month here in the lab. I guess it paid off.
あ、ケーキもあるよ。楓さんがデコレーションしてくれたんだ。
Kinda wish I could see the
あんまり
cake.
上手にできなかったけど、許してね。楓さんって不吉祥さんだもんね。でも、そんな楓さんが萌えだよ。
Let me see the cake!
ちっとも褒められてる気がしないわ。
Everyone laughed. Then, about an hour after we started eating, when she saw that everyone had eaten enough food, Ferris clapped her hands together loudly to draw everyone's attention.
さてさて、皆さん、盛り上がってきたところで、そろそろプレゼント交換をしたいと思うんだにゃ。私たち、間に合わせのものしか用意できなかったけど。
Mao and the professor had stopped at Donkey Shote, Donkey Shote on their way from Waco City, and spent some 10 minutes picking out presents.
大丈夫。それでバッチリだにゃ。
Did I pronounce that right? I think it was pronounced Donkey Shote, I think.
私、 持ってきてない。
鈴葉の分は僕とまゆしで準備してきたお。
マユシーが選びました。そうなんだ。ごめん。
気にしなくていいのだぜ。
いいのだぜ。
Okie dokie. Mayuri mimicked Daru's words as she pulled out two small wrapped parcels from her bag and put them on the table. They both had the same wrapping as the one Daru was holding. They must have brought them from at the same place. Bought them at the same place. Mayuri had already explained to me Operation Number 2. Mayuri's plan for the evening was to not only to make Suzuha smile, but to bring Yuki and Daru a little closer together.
プレゼント交換の方法なんだけど、いろいろ考えて結局くじ引きにしたにゃ。
Ferris gathered together everyone's presents and put little stickers with numbers on them.
にゃんにゃにゃ
And then she lifted a bundle of disposable chopsticks up above her head.
これはマユシーが今夜王様ゲームをやろうとして持ってきたものだにゃ。
Are we talking Persona 4 King's game?
言わないでよ、メリスちゃん。
おいマユリ、王様ゲームっていうのは合コンの時とかにするもんだぞ。
Oh my god, it is the King's game!
わかってるよ。ちょっと勘違いしただけだもん。
Oh dear.
ま、女の子から命令されるのって僕は大好物だけどね。
Of course you do, Daru.
橋田さん、本当に変態さんですね。ということで、マユシーがちょっと勘違いしちゃったこの割り箸をくじ引き用に使わせてもらうにゃ。引いた番号のプレゼントをゲットできるのにゃ。
Okay. Ferris loudly shuffled all the chopsticks and then went around to everyone so they could draw one. She was also part of Mayuri's plan. In fact, Mayuri and Ferris were sending signals to each other with eye contact and with their fingers. While everyone was focusing on the chopsticks, they were busy relabeling Yuki and Daru's presents. They were so obvious about it that I started getting nervous that Yuki would find out.
みんな、引いたかにゃ。それじゃあ、プレゼントを渡すにゃ。中身を見るのはみんなに行き渡ってからにゃぞ。
Okay then.
ワクワクしますね。何が当たるかな。
Ferris and Mayuri passed out the presents according to the numbers that everyone drew. Once the presents were handed out, everyone started to take off the wrapping paper. Nai was the first to react as she gave out a very strange cry. Inside her box was a skull face.
あ、それかっこいいでしょ。ベルトのバックルだよ、ナイちゃん。学校につけていったらきっと人気者だと思うな。
Oh.
ありがとう。
Lukako, you terrified her. Hey, Lukako's got some good taste, I guess. I was feeling bad for Nai, but when I took out my own present...
誰だこれは。
The box had a cute design, and inside it was what looked like a see-through white veil. The veil was decorated here and there with little pink ribbons. This can't be a...
ん？ああ、オカリンさんのところへ行ったか。そのままマユシーにプレゼントしてあげるといいよ。
そんなことできるか。
オカリンさんのためなら喜んで来てくれるって。
どうしてそういう話になるんだ。
なになに？マユシーがどうかしたの？
Mayuri heard her own name and came over.
それって何かな。ベビードールだよ、マユシ。しかも超可愛くてセクシーなやつ。オカリンさんのために着てあげる。
Okay, I'm sorry. I was under the assumption that it was gonna be. It said a see-through veil. I thought, wait, a wedding veil or something? No, I was not. I was not prepared for that. That is not what I was expecting that to be. Good God!
そんなわけにはいかないだろう。
Jesus!
それならオカリンさんが自分で来てもいいんですよ。
No!
これは返す。いくらでも自分で楽しんでくれ。
I pushed the baby doll lingerie back into Fubuki's hands. I was...
じゃあ
Okay.
私と交換します？
Fubuki handed me her present in exchange. The wrapping and lid had already been removed. I took a quick look inside. Sexy pink shorts and a pink bra. Yep, they were see-through. Why? Jesus!
それ私が持ってきたプレゼントです。
What?
まゆりちゃんに着てもらえるなら嬉しいです。どうぞ。
Ah!
そういう発想しかないのか。
I did not expect that from you, and I barely even know you.
まゆしはもうオカリンからプレゼントもらったからいいよ。
Mayuri had drawn my present. Perhaps because we were childhood friends? By the way, I'd chosen a huge chunk of chocolate in the shape of a gold bar. The kind of thing you find in a Don Quixote bargain bin.
オカリンさんさ、もうちょっとなんかなかったの？
うるさいな。パーティーではこういうのがウケるって雑誌に書いてあったんだ。
いや、これはないわ。うん。
It's chocolate in the shape of a gold bar!
ないわね。
なんだって。
Not even a chance? You two are perverts. The magazine said it was a sure thing.
まゆしは嬉しいよ。だって金の延べ棒だよ。こんなの一生触れないよ。いい子だ、まゆしは。本当にいい子ね。よしよし。
See, she likes it! Fubuki and Kaede were patting Mayuri's head, half out of sympathy and half because she was cute. Veritable reason. Somehow, I ended up as the bad guy. At least I'm not a pervert!
次は私が開けてみますね。
Oh, Yuki started to open her present. She took out a cute wooden music box. When she opened the lid, there was a little tin figure that danced.
すごいかわいい。素敵ね。ロマンティックです。いいな。
The girls all seemed really impressed. Lukako was a guy. It definitely looked like something a woman would enjoy receiving. With as many girls as there were coming to this party, it might have been the perfect choice. Wait, maybe I should have brought something like that. Then I realized that the idea had never even occurred to me.
これ一体誰からのものにゃ？
Ferris, you're making it too obvious.
あ、僕。
Dara reluctantly raised his hand. Don't need to be so shocked, Fubuki!
なるおじさん、すごいね。ふん、やるね、兄さん。
Everyone except Mayuri and Ferris, who knew about it in advance, raised their voices in surprise.
これ、橋田さんなんですね。
どうかな。まゆしからアドバイスしてもらって選んだだけなんだけどさ。
素敵。ありがとうございます。大切にしますね。
Aww. Yuki held the music box close to her chest. She seemed really happy.
あ、
And then her expression turned confused as she looked down into the box. Then she started to fidget.
ごめんなさい。私ちょっと。
Huh? She hurried off toward the washroom, still holding the box. She must have seen the trick. According to what Mayuri had told me earlier, there was a fake letter from Daru himself taped to the bottom of the box. It was something like a love letter, along with an invitation to a movie date. I wondered how she was reacting. Meanwhile, Daru had also opened his own present, and he looked a little bothered. He'd been given Ferris's present. Until he'd opened it, he looked really happy, but now he'd gone completely silent. According to Mayuri, he was going to get a pair of movie tickets. And even though it was a present from Ferris, the tickets came with instructions to use them for a date with Yuki. Ah! Ferris responded to Daru's questioning gaze with a wink. Good luck, Nya, she seemed to be saying. For her part, Ferris received some kind of strange doll that Maho had bought at the Don Quixote. Lukako's present was a miniature remote-controlled helicopter that Dr. Alexis had purchased. Cool? And Dr. Alexis got a set of 12 cute little crayons from Nai. Aww. Suzu's present was a pair of handmade gloves. Yuki had evidently made them herself. She put them on, looking happy, but maybe a little lonely, and smiled.
Suzuha, よかったじゃん。
Yeah.
っていうか、兄さんは何が当たったの？
これ。
Daru realized he'd been set up, and he was clearly avoiding looking at her. Suzu seemed to understand and patted him on the back with a gentle expression on her face.
いいんじゃない？行ってきなよ。
Come on, Daru.
なんだお鈴浜で。
だって二人を見てるとじれったいからさ。
けどリアルでデートなんかしたことないし。
母さんもそうらしいよ。
え、そうなん？
Oh.
そっか。
Yuki came back from the bathroom. She seemed to be having trouble walking straight. She sat back in her seat, but began to nervously nibble on snacks at the table. And once in a while, she would take a look at Daru. For now, the movie ticket plan seemed to be going well. Staring too much could tip her off. I should probably pretend I didn't know anything.
マユシーが用意したオルゴールは真帆さんに行ったんだね。
Oh! Mayuri raised her voice when she saw the music box in Maho's hands. Well, that looks nice. It was shaped like a deformed bear, and when you wound it up, its hands and legs would jerk back and forth as it played a tune. It was a very different design than the one Yuki had received.
いいのかしら。こんな素敵なものをいただいてしまって。いいんですよ。どうぞどうぞ。どんな音？聞きたい。そうですね。僕も聞いてみたいです。
Maho started to wind it up. As she wound it, Kaede turned off the music in the background.
じゃあ。
Maho took her hand off the winding key, and the mechanical yet gentle sound that was unique to music boxes began to play. The lively atmosphere of the lab was replaced with a feeling of calmness and peace. We listened quietly to the sound of the music box.
マユシーね。この曲大好きなんだ。僕もです。ポカポカした気持ちになるね。ええ。そうね。あ、そうか。この曲だ。
Suzuha stood up, as if she suddenly remembered something.
ゆきさん、ほら、覚えてない？え？はい？
Yuki was spacing out so hard that she started to panic when Suzuha spoke to her.
私が寝込んでた時、ゆきさんがここで歌ってたよね。ああ、そういえば。確かにこの曲だよ。
Suzuha seemed to be remembering something as her eyes narrowed.
ねえ、マヨ姉さん、これ
Mayuri was about to speak, and then... Out of nowhere, the world twisted. I moaned in pain as an incredible sense of wrongness flooded through me. The whole lab seemed to twist and fade, and then the happy party I'd been experiencing warped and waved like a mirage. It couldn't be. No. Somewhere far away, I heard something that sounded like a violent crash. I was just barely able to move my eyes in the direction it came from, and I saw Fubuki falling to the floor as she knocked over a table. Kaede and Ferris ran over to her, calling her name. But it all looked so blurred, like I was watching a movie underwater, and everything was moving so slow. Their voices were getting further and further away. No matter how much I stretched out my hand, it reached no one and touched nothing. It was a terrible feeling, as if time and space were being torn apart. Even matter itself was losing its subjectivity. This feeling... Even if I didn't want to remember it, I knew what this awful feeling was. I knew it far better than I had ever wanted. This was... reading Steiner. Pandora's box. For the first time in almost 4 months, I felt like the whole world was twisting. Who was it? Who had changed the world line? I didn't do anything. I hadn't interfered with the world. So why was the world doing this to me? I opened my eyes. Things had already taken on different colors. The world kept wavering, till once again it became fixed to a single point in time. I wasn't looking at a warm, cheerful party at the lab anymore. I was outside. It was raining. The rain was falling on my face, in drops so large that it hurt. It was a midwinter rain. It was freezing cold. I could feel it sapping the strength from my body. My view stopped twisting. I was staring at the broad back of a man I didn't know. I could hear the sound of many boots stamping through the mud, mingling with falling rain. The stench was terrible. The smell of sewage was so strong, it hurt to breathe. It was mixed with the awful smell of burning rubber and plastic. Where was I? What was I doing right now? Things around me had changed so much. Wait. The sky is red. Are we in the dystopian future already? I tried to understand the situation I was in, but my brain was having an awful time keeping up. Wait. Was it the music box that caused that? When I stopped, a rough hand patted me on the shoulder encouragingly. I looked around to see a man my age, with a strong, powerful face. It was a face I'd never seen. I didn't know him. Probably. The man was wearing a camo outfit and equipment I'd often seen the Self-Defense Force wear on the news. He was carrying an assault rifle on his shoulder. There were 7 or 8 people around me, all dressed the same. They surrounded me in a circular formation and walked forward silently, as they kept a careful eye on the area around them. Okay, this seems like something that's going to be a little extreme, so I think I'm going to leave this for the next episode. Don't worry, I am going to record more, but... Jesus Christ. Can't even check my cell phone, I don't even have it. Okay. What the hell was the trigger? It seems like this all happened the moment that the music box started playing. Was... Was Yuki not supposed to listen to the music box? Is that why? Pretty sure we'll find out in the next episode, I hope. But... okay, that was not the... okay. I was not prepared for that. But it also looks like Fubuki... Seems like it's not only Fubuki, but also me, so... interesting. She must be connected to this somehow. As to how, I'm not entirely sure. But maybe she herself also has the reading Steiner ability. I'll be able to find out until I record more, so if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. Okay, this is starting to get a little intense, and I kind of wanted to leave it at the happy atmosphere of the Christmas party, but this is Jesus. Okay, anyway, that's where I'm going to end it, so if you guys like this, be sure to let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Jesus Christ. That is messed up looking.